Welcome back to the stream, guys. We're officially underway for map 2 here between NASR and Fantastic 7. Should be an interesting one here on Ancient. Bell's opening things up at middle for F7. Finds an initial headshot onto Remind. Baibu able to get a trade there. Looks for another, but Bell's going to come in with a second P250 headshot. Bell's good for a third. That's going to be a one-tap. And to the back of default, ESEA on the rotation for CT spawn here does get one. It's AO down in the site. Still a one-man advantage here for F7. Bomb has been planted. Bells with a nice little P250 tap into the site. That's 4 on the round for them. ESEA ultimately able to get the trade. Ends in narrow with the final kill of the round there onto ESEA. And F7 will indeed secure pistol round here on map 2. Both of these teams looking to stay alive in the playoffs here and advance past the first round of the lower bracket. NASR appearing to go all out this round on the fourth by 3 Desert Eagles and 2 Scouts being bought. Both ESEA and Realize here on the Scouts. Bell's looking for the pick in A. Sees ESEA inside. Finally gets the headshot onto him. F7 looking to make their way onto the A side again. Realize from CT spawn does get the initial tap there onto Enzanero with the scout. F7 still advancing onto A though. Keen will stop Bells with that Desert Eagle. Realize on the rotation. Finish us off Enzero with the scout. Remind from the back of default. Halls here able to get one as well. Eagle finds a second. That's AO found vulnerable out there in the side. Fossil left in a 1v2 situation here for Fantastic 7. 50 seconds on the clock. Gonna make the peek into spawn, fakes the bomb, but Baibu gonna make him pay. Able to trade out there. Fossil down. Things all tied up at 1 apiece. Fantastic with a great showing on Mute last round. Took that 16-6. Starting out this round on the right foot as well. Fossil with the deagle headshot there into Cheetah. Get a pick before that in that initial skirmish as well. And Zero good for a third. And NASR on a round that they should have had might be losing this fourth by Remind able to get one there. At B with the MP9, Realize good for another with the silenced M4 AO down, but it's only Realize left versus 3. Almost took out Fossil there, who was down to a single HP, but not able to do so. And Fantastic 7 back in the lead by 1. Some damage being exchanged here at the A site. Isa not being seen yet at A main boost. He's going to go ahead and fall off the box, actually. NASR trying their luck at a 4-spy. 4 Desert Eagle scout in the hands of Realize. Big damage going out there in that initial skirmish earlier, but no kills going out yet. Remind about to make contact there at B lane. Lands the headshot onto Bell. AO able to get one at mid. F7 now rotating towards B. Fossil good for 2 with the silenced M4, and Zero finding Keen by Cheetah with that MP9. That's going to leave only Realize remaining here with the scout. Not a whole lot he can do in a 1v4 except try to save this scout, maybe go for an exit. And Fantastic 7 looking pretty sharp on Ancient thus far. This should be a 3rd round in their favor, barring some sort of tragedy. Realize will not be able to save that scout as AO clears out A main. Fantastic 7 officially up by 2 rounds here. F7 already rushing onto the B site. NASR stacking A on a full save, and Fantastic 7 with the easy plant. The 4-spy last round did not work out for NASR, leaving them in quite an economic struggle here. Remind did buy P250, but ultimately NASR just looking for exits here with their pistols. Stack it mid. Bell's gonna find the first Realize down with that MAC-10. Remind responding fire with that P250, but ultimately Fossil trading back. Keen looking to get one from mid with that USP, not able to do so. Fossil and Vert gonna finish off the last 3 players of NASR, and Fantastic 7 now up 4-1 here on map 2. Contact being made early here at Cheetah. Vert landing the headshot onto Baibu. King going for the knife, hits 2 right clicks into Vert after pushing through mid and flanking Cheetah. Fossil eventually getting the trade there. He almost gets killed himself, sitting at 7 HP, but ultimately Fantastic sitting in a 1-man advantage here after that chaos. Five seconds on the clock. Fantastic 7 looking to bring the bomb to B. It's going to have to be a B commit due to time constraints here. F7 indeed making their way onto the B site. NASR allowing them to do so, and it looks like this will be a save from NASR as they fall back with those 3 M4s, and F7 just looking stronger every round. Gonna go ahead and secure a 5th round for themselves here. NASR setting up in T spawn, hoping for some exits. will officially detonate, and that will indeed put F7 up by 4 rounds here on Ancient. NASR gonna have to mix things up defensively here soon. And unfortunately, they don't have a whole lot of money to work with. They are gonna squeeze out a full rifle buy, but only one player with head armor. And not a lot of cash to fall back on here if things don't go their way. Remind getting aggressive here at B ramp. F7 already making their way out Ruins doors. Oh, scratch that. They're still in the door. Now making their way through door into that smoke. Remind pushing down B ramp. Does land the headshot onto Vert. Does not get traded. Able to fall back safely. Keen gonna get aggressive there in front of Cheetah. Gonna take out AO down B lane. Realizes that Fossil had already pushed up B ramp. They're able to get this headshot on Baibu, making the peek from Cheetah. Should have been able to get the pick onto N0. They're not able to do so. N0 firing back. N0 picking up a silent 4 for himself. Bell still on the AWP here, looking to take the B side. Hits the pick onto Remind inside. Hits another off shot as he falls back and watches B lane. Keen down. Bell's left in a 1v2 scenario with 34 HP, 46 seconds remaining. ESEA and Realize still at full health here for the CT side. ESEA able to take out Bells after he walks into his crosshair outside Cheetah there, and NASR securing a second round for themselves, but they're going to need to show a lot more that defensive chemistry moving forward here in the first half. Fantastic, able to easily buy up again here, working with 5 AKs once more. Advancing into A main. Keen has bombed down. F7 falling back a bit after that initial exchange. Man, advantage here for NASR to make that 3 as Baibu takes out AO on the aggressive push. Vert able to trade, but it's only N0 and Vert versus 4 here. On the peak at mid, able to take care of Keen. Remind taking out his teammate just across the teammate. And N0 finds another headshot with the AK. Remind down right hand side mid. Leaves N0 in a 1v2. He's got only 11 HP to work with. Ultimately, ESEA able to finish him off there. And that'll be a third round going the way of NASR. F7 allowing some time off the clock here. Fossil already getting aggressive at mid, takes CT spawn, gets the flank angle onto Realize, who did not realize just how far he was. AL leading the B take for F7, takes out Baibu. Keen gets the trade onto Bells, but AO is still alive. Take out Keen as well. bomb will be planted by Vert. Remind almost takes him out, but Vert able to slide away there with 9 HP, and it's only Remind remaining for F7's round to lose, and they do not. NASR able to finish off Remind there with a headshot in Cheetah, and Fantastic 7 back up by 3 rounds. NASR not with a whole lot of cash to work with. They'll have upgraded pistols this round. 3 Deagles being bought, but Remind and Baibu holding USPs. Vert checking all his angles there as he pushes up A main. Will find ESEA. Trying to get that initial stop at the corner of A main entry. Does get one, but Fossil and AO there to trade out, each good for 1. Zero able to pick off Remind on the rotation. That's going to leave only Realize remaining here for NASR as the bomb gets planted at the A site. And Fantastic 7 continuing to look strong here on the T side. We'll see if NASR has enough to buy up rifles next round, but these next few rounds are going to be very crucial for NASR. Realize able to get that late post plant kill onto NZero as he came around B lanes. Looks like a timeout will be taken by NASR. Like live play will be resuming. NASR not buying rifles yet. Looks like another timeout will be taken, however. Trying to check on my other monitor here if there's some sort of tech issue going on either team. Well, it looks like whatever it is has been smoothed out now. NASR actually deciding to buy up here. ESEA going to be the only one with... Oh, no. ESEA will get dropped. NASR does have 5 rifles to work with here. The upper hand on this map. NASR getting aggressive after he ran Fossil there to take out Remind initially. Baibu there for the trade. F7 now making their way into mid after that initial skirmish. For less than a minute on the clock. Realize continuing to push, this time outside of Cheetah, finds NZero top of mid. AO able to get the trade. Keen pushing out of A main, does find Vert. Keen good for a second. That's going to leave only Bells remaining here for F7. Bells on the rotation through Cheetah. Does land the headshot onto Baibu, brings it to a 1v2, but ultimately he's not going to have time to pick up the C4 and go for the plant. He might still make the peak, though. He picks up the C4 anyways. He knows he doesn't have time, but I guess he's just trying to pick that out. He does get one. But ultimately, ESEA still alive, and CTs will have the timer expire, and a fourth round going the way of NASR, who has sliced this lead to 3 rounds. Let's see if they can close the gap a bit more here before we get into the second half. Holding things down outside of Cheetah, takes out too early. Bell's gonna fall at mid there after Realize makes the peak from Donut with the AWP. F7 still looking to take the A site here. Clearing the site further down. Vert able to take out Keen and middle, and things not looking good here for NASR. It's only Realize left with the AWP, and he's going to be forced to save that. This is his opportunity to take out N0 and CT spawn. Realize definitely not too thrilled about that round. Fantastic 7 back up by 4, looking to close out NASR in 2 maps if they can. NASR once again going to be on an eco here. It's going to take some serious picks to sway this round in their favor. Team trying to get the first, he does. USP headshot coming in there down B lane. Vert down, possibly his way into the B side after F7 though. Him and Bells combining for 3 kills in the side. AO getting another there near Cheetah. ESEA looking to rotate back. Numerous ruined doors, but Fossil able to take him out there in main. And ultimately, a timeout will be taken here by NASR once again, I believe. Live play will be resuming. NASR forcing up what they can here. They will be able to get 5 rifles, 4 M4s, 1 FAMAS. But no head armor here on the CT side. I imagine that's going to fare too well for them later. Got NASR being aggressive at middle. I'm not sure if that was the right move. Keen already down. F7 with an early 1-man advantage here. Let's see if they can capitalize off that. AO has a Zeus as well. Things are getting a bit wild here, folks. F7 must be feeling pretty confident right now. Like they're taking their time, rotating back towards B. Full commit not being made to B quite yet. Be hard to imagine them rotating back to A, especially after this utility is coming out into the B side. It will be a full commit. Fossil leads the way up the ramp for F7. Fall, but N0 taking out 2. Vert good for a 3rd. brings it to a 2v1. All up to Realize. Realize brings it to a 1v1 after he peeks out from behind default sneakily there, but Vert able to ultimately get the final trade there, and Fantastic 7 now in the lead 10-4 as we head into the final round of the first half here on map 2. Leading the way into Donut, finds the trade, does go out. Realize still on the A side, takes out Bells with the silenced M4. Fossil trading back +1 though. Baibu on the rotation will find Fossil there in the A side, brings it to bomb not planted yet. Bomb down. Baibu, nice headshot there onto Vert after he flies out of A main towards Big Box. 1v2 situation. Zero, and he's not quite able to pull it off. NASR make the proper peek onto him, and Fantastic 7 will be heading into the second half up by 5 here in just a few minutes. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Looks like we're officially going live for the second half already here. Let's see if NASR can have a better showing on the T side, or if F7 is just going to be too strong defensively. F7 opting for 3 sets of armor this round. They're already pushing out a Donut. Vert and AO combining for 3 USP headshots. Baibu finally getting a trade there onto AO. NASR looking for another. Baibu good for 2 more. A couple 3Ks from each team coming out, but Remind brings the one-man advantage to NASR. Vert responding fire from Donut, though, brings it to a one-on-one, and Vert will get the final headshot onto Baibu as well at mid-stairs, and Vert bringing a crucial pistol round the way of F7, who are now leading 11-5 here on Ancient. Bells getting aggressive outside. Cheetah, him and Fossil able to squeeze NASR there on B ramp, finding 2 early picks. NASR is on a half buy here with upgraded pistols, but not quite working out for them here so far. Baibu, Realize, and Isa still looking to get a pick at A potentially. Fantastic has 3 in the sight though, and there's not much NASR is going to be able to do. Realize does finish off Bells, but with only a Glock in hand and 4 Fantastic players still alive, he will ultimately fall to AO's M4, and Fantastic 7 now up by 7. Getting aggressive once more near Ruins, but NASR responding fire, keen on the double trade outside of Cheetah. NASR picking up 1 more pick in that initial skirmish as well. 2-man advantage for NASR. Just maybe their chance to get back into things here. And Zero and Bells remaining here for F7. About a minute 10 on the clock. $40 seconds on the clock here. NASR gonna have to make a move soon. Looks like they will be committing to B here. Molotovs being used at B. NASR flooding the B side. F7 likely just gonna save these two silenced M4s. Bomb will officially detonate, and that'll be a 6th round going the way of NASR. F7 finally slowed down a bit here in terms of their economy. They're still going to buy 4 silenced M4s here, though. Still unknown what AO will get. AO going to go for a silenced M4 as well. No head armor. NASR already getting aggressive towards B. Don't know if they realize F7 is on 5 M4 right now. But they're about to find out. Fossil with a nice pick there onto Remind. From cave to B ramp. Keen trying to get a peek there at middle. Not quite getting the angle he wanted. Isaac has a chance to take out Bells, and he does. Converts the headshot at mid. Vert doing quite a bit of damage there at Cheetah through the smoke. Keen tagged all the way down to 9 HP. Still a 4-on-4 scenario here. AO and Vert each good for a silenced M4 pick. NASR did get a trade in there, but Keen still only has 9 HP. 1-man advantage for S7. Keen with 9 HP, still making a play from mid-stairs. Headshot onto AO, but ultimately N0 trades him, and Fossil gets the final headshot there onto Baibu, and F7 getting closer to a potential 2-map clinch here as they increase their lead to 7 rounds, now leading 13-6. Making the peek into Cheetah. Will get the headshot onto Vert. Early 1-man advantage for NASR. Can they build off that? Remind leading his teammates into Cheetah here. Bells has bomb down at middle. Bells looking for a second, but gets traded out. Still a 1-man advantage for NASR, but less than 35 seconds on the clock. They're going to need to make a commit to either side here soon. Looks like they're leaning towards control of Cheetah, making their way into cave. Fossil finds One EK, Realize able to respond though, gets the trade. ESEA clearing out the site, and Realize will finish off AO there with the final trade as AO tried to get things going on the retake, wasn't able to do so, and Fantastic 7 has their lead sliced to 6 rounds, but NASR still with some serious work here if they're going to try to get back into this one. Force buy with 5 deagles, but that first deagle already down. Realize making his way up middle. Baibu clearing out Donut as well. Remind and Keen able to clear out the ace site there. Fossil with a 1 deag as he rotates through Donut. Also able to find one more there at CT spawn, but ultimately Baibu there for the trade, and NASR slices that lead to 5 rounds. F7 once again going to be in an eco round here, so maybe NASR can bring it a little bit closer. Zero getting aggressive, does find 2 with the USP, but ESEA combined with his teammate there to get 3 on that defensive push. NASR will be able to plant at the B site. This should be their round. Remind taking a bit of damage there. Tagged down to half HP from back lane by Vert. Vert with only a USP though, maybe we can get a rifle. More realistic for F7. Realize able to finish off Vert there at lane. He didn't have too much HP, and Zero potentially going for it here. Hits the headshot onto Realize there. Brings it to a 1v2, brings it to a 1v1 after taking out Remind, but Keen there for the final trade, and that'll be a 9th round going the way of NASR. F7 will have enough money to buy up here. Let's see if they can get the chemistry going back in their favor again. F7 getting a bit aggressive there outside Cheetah and mid. Fossil ultimately able to take out Remind at mid. Keen took a lot of damage as well outside. Cheetah tagged down to half HP. Bells peeking mid again. ESEA down. Realize trying to get a shot off into the B site there, not able to get the angle he wanted. Baibu going to be finished off by Fossil there at B ramp. That's going to leave only Keen and Realize trying to save their weapons here against 5 remaining players of F7. Realize does have that op in hand, but he's only got 7 HP. Fossil going to finish him off there after peeking B ramp. It's only Keen remaining for NASR, trying to save out this AK-47, 47 HP in Cheetah. Fazl able to hold off that last second push from NASR. That last second attempt at an exit, I should say. F7 now leading 14-9. NASR making their way up ruins, not through door yet. Fazl getting aggressive again at B ramp. Fazl taking out 2, make that 4 for Fazl as he switches to his sidearm. Vert helped him out for a kill there as well. And Fantastic 7 now sitting at match point of 15-9. This is also series point if they win this round. No timeout being taken. NASR buying up 2 AKs, a Galil, and 2 Mac-10s, and Overmind, and Realize. Baidu already making his way past that defensive on top into the B side, but Fazl again coming up big. Fazl good for 3 before Keen finally trades him. Keen will get the bomb planted at B, but it's a 2-man advantage for F7 as they attempt to retake. Keen trying to peek back lane and take out AO, but AO and Vert with those silenced M4s just going to be too strong at the moment. They're able to get the defuse, no issue. And F7 will officially close out this series 2-0. So despite F7 being the potential underdog here in a lot of people's eyes with a lower global ranking significantly, they certainly came to play here today in the lower bracket first round, and they will indeed be advancing here in the lower bracket, keeping their hopes of Premier and further alive. Thanks for coming out and supporting today, guys. I had a fun time earlier on the other advanced series as well. You can give me a follow on Twitter at same alias at Hamtaro1H. Until next time, guys, have a great weekend.